Hey everyone, this is Cool J1, and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. In the last episode, we got here to the Arbiter's grounds, which basically recreated Forest Temple from Ocarina of Time. And I said quite a bit of negative comments about it. Hopefully I don't do that much this episode. I want to go ahead and preface this episode right now and say this is not my normal file, so if totals seem different from the last episode, don't worry, I still have that file. It's just I lost, part of my footage became corrupted when I went to finish this dungeon, so I had to play back up on my practice file, which didn't take me long. I've been keeping them pretty close together in, progress, so it didn't take me long at all. It's just I've done quite a bit on this practice file to kind of prepare myself for future episodes, so if my totals seem different, like the amount of heart pieces, pose I have and all that, just don't worry about that. We still have the same file, and I can switch back to that once we're done with Arbiter's grounds. It's just having to replay through the entire file to get to that point. I wouldn't have the same exact stuff, unfortunately. There's no way I could match all that, so yeah, we're here now to go ahead and recap. There's the boss key. Not really recap, but just to let you know, the boss key's right there. Can't obviously get it because there's no way over there, but it's over there. So only way you can go is the store. Now I'm gonna try and finish this dungeon in this episode. Hopefully I can handle that. There is... Actually, no, there isn't. Well, there is something I would like to show off. It's not important, but it's very helpful, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show that off until pretty late into this dungeon. Right. As we hook over here, you can see more bubbles kind of spawning. Unfortunately, we can't get up to every layer immediately, but there's this kind of turnstile. If you push it, it lowers, revealing there's a locked door with a key, so we have to spin this the other direction and look for one of these alcoves that has a small key in it. And you can kind of tell, see, there's the chest, and we can go to it, but it's blocked off. And with a bubble I'm horribly slashing at. So, if we go over this direction, we can open the chest. I believe this one's a small key. Yeah, so, small key right there, pretty easy to get. But we're gonna go ahead and continue on upward because there's quite a few other alcoves we can go in. This one we've already been in. That's the next one we need to go in. Going into here will present, I believe this is a no, not a chest anyway. I think there's a smaller chest that's up the next few levels. Let me double check. No, actually, we are done. So let's go ahead and push this down. I said push it down. It's kind of finicky pushing these kind of turnstiles. It's really weird. If you're too close to the inside, it sometimes won't work. So you've got to finagle it a bit. But thankfully, we're not collecting pose anymore. If you pause and look at your map, you can see at the top right, you can see your current pose that you have in the dungeon. We have all 4, so we don't have to worry about getting any more within this dungeon. For this room, I'm going to go ahead and switch to Wolf Link, because there's a lot of sand and we can quickly get over that. But also, if we switch to Sense Mode, you can see there are ghostly rats that apparently I can't spin attack off. There we go. I was just doing spin attack curling. The fucking thing with the skull. Wasn't even planning on it, but sure. I was trying to dash through and I accidentally picked up the skull, but you know, whatever. You can have that one, apparently not. So we work our way over here. I'm gonna switch off of Wolf Link. you can see where the spikes are coming up. I kind of already know the passageway through here, and over here is a Redead. I want to go and quickly take care of him. By quickly, I do mean quickly. Oh, apparently there were some ghostly rats. Yeah, that's a lot. Got him. Nice. Okay, these guys need to, like, bugger off or something. Come here. Thank you. Alright, so as you can see, the door... Don't know if you can actually see it, because it's being a little bit weird. The door is closed right now. What we need to do is not pick up a skull. It's kind of something I have to complain about in this dungeon. Even it's kind of a weird complaint too, because you don't think you'd really complain about this, but while I'm trying to like do things and stuff, I keep picking up the miscellaneous like skulls and pots, so it's making like a lot of my skills and stuff pretty difficult. I don't know if this was in the original episode, even though I edited that quite a while ago. It's been a few days since I've edited that episode, but I was having problems getting the mortal draw off because I just kept picking up random pots and skulls, which you wouldn't think that would make it hard. Ow. Okay, that was my own fault. I'm just gonna let all of these scarabs kind of pile on me before I go into the sand, and then I can spin attack all them off, so I don't have to worry about that now. If we go to the right, you can see the door, but if you come over the left, it's our friend Ukuku. Plop. Phew! Free at last! Gracious, you're that nice fellow who's helped me the other day. How nice to see you again. Well, now that we found each other again, let's stick together for a bit, I'll be right with you, so if you want to warp out, let me know. We get Ukuku! Which, you know, we've used her before, so we know how she works. I'm gonna go ahead and enter this room. As you can see, it's a giant freaking spinning spike wheel. I am actually going to warp out, because there is something very helpful I want to show that I found while trying to catch up, and I want to go ahead and show that to you guys. Now, since this is the first time we're showing off Ukuku, you leave the chicken behind, and she brings her, like a friend. I can't really, unfortunately, I can't bring up the info on screen, but this is Ukuku Jr. You can see it on my R button. Activating Ukuku Jr. will warp you back to exactly where you left Ukuku. So if you need to catch back up to where you were in a dungeon, there's, you know, some stuff you gotta get if you run out of potions or need like a resourceful fairy to collect. Placing it down in Ukuku and just going out into the world is the best way to do this. I usually don't like to do this because it breaks the flow of dungeons, and especially during doing a video does break some stuff. But what I'm going to show is very, very helpful. I forgot this was here, and it's obviously not required for the game, or else I would have shown it. Unless it was a Poe, because screw the Poe. No, I'm not going to do that yet. I was going to switch to something I needed, but I don't need it now. Coming over here, you can see this ring of 3 skulls. Go ahead and transform into your wolf form. And if you sense, you can obviously see there's a hole here. Now, once you jump down here, quickly switch to human form. And look toward the right. You can see there's a red chew jelly. Take care of this guy as soon as you can, because that right there, that is a rare chew jelly. Don't let it merge with anything if you can help it, and quickly switch to a bottle and scoop it up. There we go. This is rare chew jelly. It's a rare potion, essentially. You get a full health, but also boosts your attack for about a minute. I think it's either a minute or half a minute. It's really helpful. The only downside to this is you can only have one per bottle. You cannot collect multiple. So I'm actually gonna quickly switch that off. I don't know. Switch it to some, Gale Boomerang, I guess. And it's very helpful to have. I'm not gonna necessarily need it for this part of the, like, for this rest of this dungeon, but I may need it for a few, like, future episodes. So it's gonna be very helpful to have, and if you want it, come pick it up. If you're ever having trouble with, like, a boss or something, it's very helpful. And I'm gonna quickly warp back using Uraku Jr. As you can see, takes us right back. Well, welcome back. Without further ado, we're off. We're just gonna hop back inside, and we're back to the same exact room we were in earlier. Very, very helpful information to have. So, if you are ever struggling, I know of one spot in the game as well to also get a rare true jelly, and I think I might show that off using my practice file at some point. It's another area in the game. See, I was trying to roll and picked up a skull. I don't know why it defaults to see you picking up an item rather than the actual action you want to do. It's very, very annoying. I'll say that. There are two Stalfos. I had to remember the name for a second. Right there. Mortal Draw. We'll just take them down easily. You can come over here and apparently sink into the sand because I didn't roll. Pretty simple to take down those guys. There's one right here as well. As soon as he comes up, apparently Mortal Draw will... Yeah, see, I picked a pot when I tried to do Mortal Draw. It's very annoying. Especially when you're trying to take stuff down quickly. It can get very, very taxing. Once you defeat all those guys, that door will open. So if we run back... ignore the turnstile. And then we can come over here, and there's going to be these scarabs that are going to try and leech onto you. So, what I recommend is, as soon as a lot come on you... Oh, I'm going to sink, actually. Yeah. For some reason, I thought I was still on the platform that was lowering it. It's weird perspective like that. Although it isn't really a hindrance, if anything. Alright, so another thing you could do is just claw shot to where you need to be. Because they're only so fast. Yeah, see, oh my god, that's a lot. As a few of them. And there we go. Yeah, just claw shotting over is the best way to get over. And I kind of wanted to show what happens if you tried to go in there willy-nilly. So, there's a door right here. I'm just going to try and pop my health. There we go. Alright, we're good to go. Let's head on in. And here is just a sword. If you take a slash at it. I accidentally hit the wrong button. Take a slash at it. It's a floating sword! So, go into wolf form, click your sense, meet Death Sword! That's its actual name. This is the mini-boss of the dungeon. Once it turns blue and tries to strike, just do your normal thing that you did to a Poe, and attack it. Then it'll show itself. You don't have to go into wolf form anymore for this. Go into human form and just take it on. It's going to start flying around, so just take a shot at it. It's going to spin around like this. Watch where it goes. It's going to slash. So just mortal draw. You can do normal slashes as well as if you want, but mortal draw is how I'm going to start taking down a lot of these bosses, by the way. These mini bosses and standard bosses, actually. So, apologies if this is not your strategy, but it's mine. Why was it not proccing? That was weird. It was not proccing Mortal Draw. Was it because I had the bow out? No, I didn't have the bow out during that. There we go. I think this guy is usually 8 hits. So I think he's hit capped no matter what you do. It's just much quicker for me to do the Mortal Draw than it is to do normal hits. See? And 2 in the wolf form, well, 1 in the wolf form and 6 in the normal form, so technically 7. That's not hard at all. As long as you know what you're expecting with the moves and stuff. Just kind of keep dodging and you'll be fine. And with that, we can move over and you see the golden glory chest over there in the corner, revealing it to be the next dungeon item, which is the spinner. It's an ancient machine that allows you to float in the air. It's a little bit misleading. You can move over sand and wall rails? Weird. I probably read that wrong, but it's exactly what it means. It's basically a spinner. You ride on it. Pressing the button will do is kind of spin attack, area of effect style. But the main draw of the weapon is you can ride on these rails on the wall. So it's very, very situational with how with its movement, but you can also ride over sand and any other hazardous surface. So if you need to get across a surface that keeps, weighing you down, the spinner is very helpful for that. Otherwise, a lot of people recognize this game for the spinner. By the way, you can do a jump attack as well if you just press the button when you see the prompt on the screen for the jump. That's what I was doing. We're just pressing the button again. But yeah, a lot of people recognize this game for the spinner, and it is kind of a recognizable item in this game. I wouldn't say it's the worst item, but it's very situational. Coming over here to get some bombs. You want to pick those up. Alright. And if you cut over here, it's another chest. Inside this one, it's just yellow rupee. Again, ignore my totals like my wallet and stuff. That is all that is obviously not correct. It will be correct when we switch to the new file after this dungeon. Because unfortunately, I couldn't use my file. I'm switching this. Yeah, the spinner off for the bombs, so we can lay a bomb down. Alright, once you do that, if you come up here and open this chest, you get second piece of heart. The piece of hearts in this dungeon are very, very simple to get. They're not, you don't have to go out of your way to get them, fortunately. Again, my heart pieces may seem off. I may have a little bit too much. I don't exactly remember what heart pieces I did and didn't get. I was trying so long to find the spinner on the gamepad. That was weird. But that's, that's kind of a downside of using a different file for recordings and stuff. Thankfully I do have a practice file that's pretty up to date, or else I would have to wait quite a while to play back up to where I am, because currently 15 hours into the game, and it's very, very taxing to play through that much game again if I am on kind of time limits and all that. I wouldn't say it's a bad thing, but I like this game, but I've played through it a lot. I really just want to get this project done. Alright, so get rid of that Stalfos. Get rid of that Stalfos. Inside the chest, I believe, is a stamp. Yep, it is the stamp for the letter D. Nice, nice, nice. Whoa, that shook the camera a lot. That was weird. Alright, so let's cut up here. After the initial, like, the first area of the dungeon with the pose and relaying those flames, the dungeon itself is pretty tame. There's not really much to damage you or anything like that. And just like that, we're at the big key right now. We already know what this is. It's the big key. We kind of already saw it when we started the episode. So if we cut over here, and this is another feature of the spinner. It can fit in these kind of gear sections, and you can just keep spinning it. You have to keep pressing the button. You can't like just hold it down. You have to press it multiple times before it will actually activate. But it will run gears and do fancy stuff like this. Alright, with that, let's ride the spinner up this wall. As you can see, this game does get pretty fancy with how it uses the spinner. For this, I think you want to jump off here. Yeah, just enough. And get in here and just keep spinning. Just keep spinning, spinning, and spinning. Spinning. Nice. Alright, and we can go up. Up and up, up. And here we go. Boss door is right there. We got on time. Yeah, why not? We'll make this episode quite a bit long. Just because I want to go ahead and finish the dungeon so we can switch back to the file in the next episode. Coming down here, you can see this giant thing of bones. Get close to it. You still live? How astonishing for someone they call a hero, but this is truly a bittersweet reunion. Truly. For I fear this is the last time I will see you alive. That text box was going by itself. I was not pressing any button. Meet Twilight's fossil stalwart. Now, while I do have my gripes with this dungeon normally, this is actually one of my favorite bosses in the game. You have to go around, and it's a spinner boss. You have to go around the sides of the wall and just run into his spine with the spinner. It'll knock out segments of his vertebra. And as you're spinning around, the little spike turrets will also start spinning with you, and then he'll start spawning more of these zombified kind of soldiers to protect him. So you just kind of work yourself around. Wow, I was surprised I didn't get hit by that. Oh, come on. I can work my way there. No, I can't. Alright, that's fine. You'll lose a lot of speed trying to keep attacking him, so just try and go back up to the wall as much as you can. Okay, come on. There we go. That's that one gone. Now on the final hit, he's going to get a bit more defensive. Just kind of work your way to him. I almost... Oh, what? I didn't know you can actually collide with his hands. I've never actually done that. I usually just collide with either a soldier or the vertebra. Odd. I never usually try and collide with any part of his body. It's unique though, and how did I bounce back? Weird. Alright, let's just keep rebounding. You rebound me to the vertebra, please? Apparently not. Alright, let's keep spinning our way up. Rebound back. Ah, almost. Yeah, he's gonna start building this wall now of just soldiers to kind of protect him. Otherwise, as long as you keep away from his face, it's pretty simple. And that's it. I mean, it's not hard. You'll probably take more damage from the spinners that are going around the walls. They start adding more each phase you go into, and they start speeding up as well. So as long as you just keep jumping off the wall and just keep rebounding, you'll be fine. That's it. I'm just left here with this lifeless corpse with a sword still in him, though. And this one platform. Let's activate it. This boss is not over yet. This is the skull of Star-Lord. He is going to start flying around this kind of arena. We got to spin around and hit him with the spinner. This is actually pretty tough. He's going to, once he starts appearing here, he's going to start shooting fireballs at you. I'm hoping I actually show that. I know I am, because I usually get hit quite a bit from the fireballs whenever I do this fight. It can mess me up quite a bit on my rhythm. All you gotta do is once he fires it, just rebound off to the next side of the wall, whether inside or outside. It doesn't matter how high you are, just leave your... I did that too late. And I'm going the wrong way. I don't know how I got to that layer, but whatever. Going this direction, by the way, kind of throws me off because I'm so used to the Wii version. They spin the other way. Because this game was built, mirrored in the Wii version, and it always throws me off because that's the fight I'm most used to doing. I'm not used to doing it with this perspective. Alright, switch back. And now I hit him. Alright, once you hit him, what I recommend is Mortal Draw. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's done. That's it. Not using the Mortal Draw, you actually fight more phases of him. But that's the use of the Mortal Draw to utterly annihilate a boss. It's so good. Still one of my favorite skills in the game because of that. Nice. Alright, Link, let's go. Close to the Mirror of Twilight. For that, we get our 11th heart container. This is actually my 11th in the actual file. So, it's pretty accurate to that point. But yeah, let's go ahead and head on through. Alright, once you finish the boss, you're put outside and you can see there's the stronghold we attempted in the last dungeon, and you can see the actual warp point for when the Elden Bridge is right over there. It almost doesn't look animated. I think I just saw a bird fly by. That was weird. Anyway, this video's gotten off too far along. I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode off here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.